How's it going, guys? White Rabbit here. I'd like to talk to you all today real quick about a few things that I found in regards to Ebola programming or predictive programming. But just to start out with, I'd like to point out a couple of websites that are pushing for people to give donations to help fight Ebola, as if that is going to help anything. But it's interesting because if you go on Google, a little ad pops up asking you to give money to this Ebola hoax. And if you go on YouTube, it's the same thing. And I've heard from other people that it's even on Facebook. So they're really trying to get money out of you. But what I really wanted to get into in this video is some predictive programming for the Ebola hoax that I have recently come across. Now, I have watched a couple movies recently, and they are both from the same production company. The production company Phase 4. And both of these movies originally came out in 2013. So, in other words, both of these movies came out before Ebola really started getting any sort of mainstream attention. And obviously they were produced even before then. So it's very interesting to me that they dedicate whole scenes to each of these movies where they clearly talk about Ebola. Now, both of these movies are apocalypse type, end of the world type of movies. And so it just adds to the fear propaganda, if you will, for this whole Ebola hoax. So without further ado, let me show you a scene from the first movie I watched. It's called Goodbye World. It's an absolutely terrible movie, by the way. I do not recommend you watch it. But in that movie, they have this scene.
I don't hate people. You clearly aren't listening to me.
I think we understand you perfectly. Everything's easier if you get to call the shots.
All right. Let's talk about it. We obviously have a lot of bad blood between us.
Yeah, well, maybe we have some bad blood, but, you know, it's not like AIDS blood.
Lily.
Or hepatitis blood.
Malaria.
Ebola blood.
Nikki, that is some seriously bad blood.
All right. Nikki, you win. Ebola blood is the worst blood.
So yeah, guys, that was a little unusual, to say the least, and pretty coincidental, if you ask me. But as if that wasn't bad enough, the very next movie that I watched that just happened to be produced by the same production company was called After the Dark. And this is another apocalypse type movie. It's a little different because it centers around them doing role-playing, or basically the premise of the movie is that they are recreating in their mind, trying to figure out the best strategy and the best way to win, survive in a apocalypse. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But just watch this scene.
Check the inside of your card. Hold on. One at a time.
I'm an organic farmer who is gay.
That's not going to win votes.
Why not?
Because we're stepping things up. Every bunker around the world is now required to get at least one pregnancy in the works, and preferably produce a healthy baby during the course of the year's confinement.
That doesn't answer my question. I'm a farmer. I'm gay. No big deal. I still know what I know about farming, and I can still sleep with a girl to get her pregnant if that's what you're talking about. I still have the right equipment, so whoever wants to vote for me.
I'm an orthopedic surgeon who, on a trip to Uganda last week for Doctors Without Borders, was exposed to the Ebola virus. May or may not be on the verge of a full-blown Ebola hemorrhagic fever.
Well, that's a puzzler. Do you risk a slot on a doctor who could save your life if she doesn't drop dead next week, or who could just as easily infect you with the virus that'll exterminate the whole bunker?
I highly doubt I contracted the disease. I'm sure I'll be fine. Or in favour of going through the apocalypse with healthcare. I don't think that's logical decision-making. I think it's a rational surrender to fear-mongering.
So there you go, guys. Just a couple examples of predictive programming that's pretty blatant, if you ask me. And quite frankly, I think anyone can deduce that that is beyond coincidental. Somebody had some inside information and, you know, they're planting it into these movies to condition the population. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Thanks, guys, and God bless.